Hey, good morning. It's Tony talking car biz. Hey, today we're going to take a test drive in this brand new 2025 Toyota Camry XLE all-wheel drive. What a gorgeous car. It's going to be my first test drive in the 2025 Camry XLE. So in this video, I'm going to take it out on the road, take it around town, run it up on the highway, and just give you my initial thoughts and opinions on the Camry for 2025. All new design. Let's jump in and take it for a spin. Go. So here we are behind the wheel of the XLE with the Premium Plus package, and it has a lot of technology. First of all, let's talk about the redesign of the dashboard. This is a completely new look for the dashboard on the Camry. It's more of a flat face on here versus the older one that had more of a slanted, longer look to the dash. So it is completely redesigned in that fashion. The steering wheel is Toyota's latest, greatest steering wheel setup. You use this on the Grand Highlander. They're using it on the Prius. I would expect to see it come across on other vehicles. So padded steering wheel. This particular one does not have the heated steering wheel, but it does have heated ventilated seats. Let's go ahead and jump out on the road and we'll talk about all the features as we go. Now, one of the things that's really great about the 2025 Camry XLE is it has the curved mirrors. It also has the memory driver seat and the memory outside mirror setting, two positions for two different drivers. So that's a great feature on here. We're going to jump out on Odana Road here in Madison and take it for a spin down the boulevard here, if you will, and then we'll jump out on to the Beltline Highway and check out the acceleration, the ride and drive out there. Now this one does, you've got the ventilated and heated seats, which is going to give you 3 different temperature settings. So I've got the driver's seat ventilation turned on high. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. It really is nice to circulate the air underneath you as you're sitting so you keep nice and comfortable. We also have dual automatic temperature control, front driver and front passenger, with the passenger lockout feature over here. So with passenger lockout, you can shut off the heating and air conditioning to that side of the car. So if there are no passengers over there, you can shut it off, and it just makes it more efficient and hopefully contributes to even better fuel economy. Now, as you might be able to see on the camera, don't know if you can, but this one is equipped with the 360 view camera package, part of the upgrade package on here. And so when I come to a stop at a stoplight or a stop sign, it is going to display the perimeter of the vehicle and give me a good look at all the things that are going around me, including what's happening up front, what's happening to the sides, and what's happening behind me, in an effort to keep me spatially aware of what's going on with the vehicles around me. And you'll see that here in just a minute. And there you go there. So I can actually see in front of me. I can see the car in front of me, which I can look out and see. But it also gives me this perimeter scan here. You can see maybe hopefully on this side. So I can see all the way around me. And if I tap on it, I can actually zoom in a little bit closer. Now, in addition to the 360 view camera, this one also has the panel moonroof, which is where my camera is connected right now. So I'm just going to drop that down. I've got it open right now. You might be able to hear a little bit of the wind noise, but I'm not driving very fast. I'm under 30 miles an hour here. So I'm just going to drop that down so that the camera is kind of pointing more out in front of the vehicle, and it reduces the wind noise. Now, this particular Camry with the upgrade package has the very top of line and safety features for Toyotas. So Safety Sense 3.0 with some upgrades as well as that. So this one actually has the driver's assist package on it. And there's a sensor right here in the steering wheel that's actually keeping an eye on me to make sure I'm keeping an eye on the road. It's also reminding me to keep 2 hands on the steering wheel. And it's also using lane tracing assist right now. If I go ahead and turn that off, so it's actually watching the lines on the road
and trying to keep me centered within those lines. If I take my hands off the wheel for more than a second, the system's actually going to give me an audible alert to put my hands back on the wheel. I'll go ahead and demonstrate that here. So we'll demonstrate that right here. So if I take my hands off the wheel, the system's going to try to keep me in the road as best as it can, but then it's also going to go ahead and give me an audible alert. So right now there's a light telling me to put my hands back on the steering wheel. And if I leave them off long enough, which I didn't in this demonstration, it's also going to give me an audible alert regarding that. When we get out on the highway, if I look away from the road, look off to the side as though I'm looking at my mobile device, it's going to give me a notification as well. Now, it just gave me another audible, and this is why I say Toyotas are some of the beepiest cars on the road. It just gave me another audible that there was somebody in my blind spot, and it gave me a visual, and it's giving me a visual right now that there's a car pulling up on the left-hand side of me. So it really is looking out for you with the Safety Sense 3.0 and then the upgrade of the driver's assist package. The instrument cluster is all electronic. There's no mechanical gauges there, and it has a ton of information there. Definitely a lot going on. I guess the more you drive it, the more you're going to get used to all these warning lights and all these indicators. It does have road sign detection also, so right now it's telling me no U-turn at this intersection, which is not what I'm going to do. Give this vehicle opportunity to get way ahead of me. I do want to show you or demonstrate the performance of this. So we're rolling at about 30, and I'm just going to step on it and see what we got. So that quickly takes me up to 60 miles an hour on the entrance ramp. This new 5th generation hybrid system has 232 horsepower, and you can also notice, I don't know if you could hear it, but typically 4-cylinder engines, when you step on them, they get extra loud because they're under all that stress and strain. This really didn't make any unusually loud noises. Of course, I could hear the engine rev, but it didn't make any unusually loud noises, so I thought that was great. So I'm going to go ahead and just demonstrate as I look over to the right here. It'll give me a second, and there's an audible right there telling me to look forward. So the safety on this is unbelievable. Down below here, we've got wireless charging, up to 5 different ways to do that, including, wireless charging and 5 different ways to plug in, including USB-Cs, USB-As, 12-volt outlets, but I've got my phone down here, so it is wirelessly charging right now on the Qi wireless charging system. Another safety feature that's interesting is if I try to change lanes on the highway without turning on my turn signal, it will actually try to keep me in the lane. It'll kind of gently try to nudge me back into my lane, and if I'm committed to changing lanes, I can do that just by changing lanes, but it will try to keep me in that lane. If I turn on my turn signal to change lanes, then it won't do that, but it will also detect any cars over in that lane I'm trying to get over into and really strongly discourage me from changing lanes at that point. Not just with a blind spot indicator, but the steering wheel itself will give me a little bit more resistance to say, hey, there really is somebody over there, don't make that change. It's a very quiet car, surprisingly quiet for a 4-cylinder engine. And the features on here are unbelievable. All the fingertip controls. We've got electric power steering that actually feels like real power steering. The dashboard's covered with this microfiber quilted fabric. Looks awesome all the way down the doorways. Visibility is fantastic out of this. And then this one's been upgraded with the JBL audio system, so that gives you some additional speakers and a subwoofer back in the trunk. And there's some extra speakers up here in the A-pillar. and then another area that you can't see just yet on the camera, but it has heads-up display up here as well, so I can see out on the windshield a variety of information, including my speedometer. I can see a compass. I can see the road sign indicators. It gives me the speed limits. All that type of stuff is up there on the projected right up on the steering wheel, so, or right up under the windshield, I'm sorry. As far as audio features, this particular one has been upgraded to the 12.3-inch multimedia center, so this one does have navigation on it. Also has wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Alexa compatibility. Just then, as I was pulling up to this car in front of me, it actually applied the brakes gently itself, and it gave me an indication that the car is slowing down up here on the heads-up display. So I don't know that this car is designed to drive itself, but it sure feels like it as I'm driving it. And you can see that, I don't know if you can see on the camera, but it keeps switching between the 360 view and the regular view here as well. The closer I get to that car in front of me, the more it will show me my perimeter of the vehicle. The technology, the safety features on the Camry for 2025, just really fantastic stuff. So, you know, I strongly recommend stopping by a dealer, take one for a test drive, and you'll discover that not only is it a nice upscale luxurious vehicle, it's probably one of the safest vehicles on the road. So that's a quick test drive in the 2025 Camry XLE all-wheel drive, which is a hybrid, a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder hybrid all-wheel drive system. Really a terrific vehicle. I encourage you to stop by the dealership, take it for a spin, decide for yourself. But again, I think Toyota really nailed it again with the Toyota Camry, and I fully expect it to continue its reign at the top of the mid-size sedan segment for Toyota. So if you like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. This is Tony talking Car Biz. Thanks for watching.